Yeah, I want to kill you after seeing that. What the fuck?
Oh
God,
man, we
this
might have to
weekend,
restart
dude.
that. Psych, we're getting right into this puppy. This is sell or trade away. Holy fuck, I'm fucking trade away
We got a
candidates.
bet on here.
Trade away. You know what? We want to discard him. Huh? We might need to trade away my brain for a new one, huh? Because I'm fucking. But anyways, this is out of pocket sports.
Fuck.
If you
Holy shit.
enjoy these videos, let us know in the comments, or if you want us to review any trades you might have, let us know in the comments. We
Yeah.
respond in a flash. If I don't know an answer to one, I just take a screenshot, send it to Matt, and Matt will hop right on it. That's just
Yeah.
how we roll, baby. We're super responsive. We want to interact with you guys, and yeah, let's get right into this video, baby. Come get first. Well, before we get into this is for 12-man PPR leagues. We always have to say that because it might be.
Oh, dude, you got me aroused, bro. I started saying yeah, but then you had to let him know it was a 12-man PPR league.
My bad, man. My bad. But okay, give me your first trade away player.
Kenneth Walker. Oh my God. Kenneth, get the fuck off my team. Nobody wants you, bro. You put up 8 points and you put up a 2-7. Guess what? Charbonnet's slowly creeping into this backfield. What the hell are you doing? Nothing. What is Gino doing for you? Nothing. You go against Washington, it's a juicy matchup, but after that, it starts to get atrocious. And then in your playoffs, you got to go against Tennessee and Pittsburgh. I don't like that. No. Get the fuck off my team, Kenneth. This is a situation where his position is slowly getting pulled away. Zach Charbonnet, this is going to become a committee. And guess what? For his value right now, he's not committee worth. He's like almost a bell cow type running back right now in the fantasy world. So let's get him while he's a bell cow before this becomes a committee. You get it? Because if you look at his stats too, he's super touchdown dependent. In the games where he has scored the 20-plus point games, it's been when he gets 2 touchdowns. Besides that, if he's not double-digit on touchdowns, it's like a 15 or below. And guess what? That's not bad for a running back, but at the same time, you can get a lot more for him, I assume, right now. Like, would you think you could trade Josh Jacobs for Kenneth Walker, maybe?
Probably.
I think that's a deal you might be able to.
Maybe. That's tough.
I mean,
just the way Josh Jacobs has been performing.
Josh Jacobs hasn't been balling, but he had a decent. He's coming off a good game this previous week, and I'm curious to see how they're
He's been better than Kenneth.
Your fucking hair looks crazy, boy. Holy shit! Yeah. All right. Give me your pick.
Yeah, let me get into mine. All right, we got our first one. We want to trade away is going to be C.J. Stroud. Now, before you come at me in the comments, I know C.J. Stroud just had a monster game. But regardless, I'm not saying necessarily look to trade him, but if someone's overzealous to get him off you and they're willing to offer a good deal, I think it could be worth taking him off your team because chances are you didn't draft C.J. Stroud. Chances are you maybe drafted a T-Law or someone you thought was going to be better, maybe a Deshaun Watson, maybe a Justin Fields, and you had to pick up someone, and you picked up C.J. Stroud off waivers. Is probably what happened. So you can, in theory, afford to lose him. Now I know he put up like 45 points, whatever it was last week, but how many more times is that going to happen where he's going to put up 45 points? Probably none the rest of this year. So I think you should only give him up if someone's overzealous to get him off you just because of what they saw him do last week, and they're willing to give you a juicy deal for it.
And what are we talking about? Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, and who else is going to be out this week, Scotty?
Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes. Who else is out? Tua.
Tua, yeah. So, I mean, there's going to be some people down and about, and they're going to need some dubs. And if one of those managers has them and they need a dub, well, guess what? CJ, I got the little golden nugget. Come take me. Come on. That's what you do. Fucking sell them right now. And then my next person I'm going to talk is I'm trying to get rid of Chris Olave. The reason why I'm trying to get rid of Chris Olave is just he has not been on connection with Derek Carr this year, and he is very touchdown dependent if he gets above 15 points. And, I mean, what is that for a wide receiver? I mean, we're looking for wide receivers. We got overall, like, we want to seal in like 25 or so. Like, we want that chance they can do that. And he hasn't even broke 20 this year. Now, everyone still is probably going to hold his value as that second round-ish, third round-ish wide receiver where they think he's got this crazy potential, which he does. But, I mean, is Derek Carr going to help him get that done? No, he's not going to help him get that done. So I can tell you this, as a fantasy manager of Chris Olave, I'm going to try to get rid of him this week. Now, I'm not giving him for pennies. I'm going to see what I can do, see what I can manage to scoop and score, because I really don't think Chris Olave has a really high ceiling that's going to help you win weeks and it's going to help you win these playoffs, because that's what we're kind of looking for right now. We're looking to do that. We're not looking for people who's going to give us 15s. 15s is not going to cut it. We don't want to hit projections. We're trying to go over projections. Come on now. Let's get rid of Chris Olave while we can, and let's try to package him or upgrade for somebody else.
Yeah. My next one is going to be Alexander Mattison. It was a good bounce back week for him. He scored 17.5 points, but that was a complete mirage, if you will. It was a complete show. He carried the ball 16 times for 44 yards, which is fucking terrible. And he had 2 receptions, one for like 49 yards, or both for like 49 yards and a touchdown. That's where that mirage happens, is that reception and touchdown. He's
yet to score a rushing touchdown this year.
What's that?
I said he's yet to score a rushing touchdown this year. He only scores today.
Exactly, and they play the Saints next week, which is a really tough matchup for running backs this year for whatever reason. The Saints have been really good against running backs. I know Cam Akers is down, so he's the clear RB1, and especially with Josh Dobbs at the helm, they're going to run the ball a lot, but look at what he did when Josh Dobbs was at the helm last week. He rushed the ball 16 times for 44 yards. How does that happen? I mean, that's awful. So I think you should get rid of him while you still can. 17.5 points is pretty good for a running back this year, but it's not good enough in my book.
Yeah, he's definitely been inefficient this year. And when you look at inefficient people, you're okay. You're all right. How many times and attempts is he going to get, and how decent is the offense? So I think what you could do is your selling point can be, hey, Madison's the lead role right now. He's going to go back to what he was before, which every Madison owner was so scared when Cam Akers came over. Now that fear's gone. And it's just Madison here, and they're probably not going to try to pick up anybody because the trade deadline's already done. And guess what? They don't have anything to do. They picked up Josh Dobbs on the fucking low because they're just trying to save the season. And I think Mattison, you can really – he might do something. He might be a little bit better than what he was, but I think you could sell him for his potential more than what he's actually going to end up being. So I think this is a good situation just because RBs are so atrocious this year, bro. They've made me want to freaking throw up so much. And talking about running backs have been inefficient, Rachaad White. Rachaad White's been someone who's been very inefficient, but he was a part of one of the highest scoring games, possibly the game of the year this week, and he scored 2 touchdowns to get him to 27-some points. I'm trying to get rid of Rachaad White if I can. This is a guy who is on a team that he gets a lot of volume, which is volume tends to be king, but we have seen with Rachaad White that he has been very inefficient to the point where we've also seen his far lows. And you got to think on this Bucs offense, I'm not sure exactly how much there is to make of this. Now, everyone who's been playing fantasy this year, at least I have, I've been targeting teams that play against the Texans as running backs. So they don't get to play him anymore. And, if the matchup's juicy, we maybe start him. But if that's not the case, then I'm probably putting him on my bench. And if that's the case, well, maybe I might be able to do a deal where I can get Rachaad White, package him up, and try to go get somebody who can possibly give me some points, because there's a couple RBs out here that have been barrel bottom. I know Bijan's been barrel bottom, and I'm curious where fantasy managers are. Not saying trade him straight up, but you could package something possibly to get someone like that. I don't know. And I'm still not, I'll be honest, I'm not sure about Bijan, but I'm just kind of throwing stuff out there. We're trying to find ways to upgrade the RB to get some, not consistent, but get a better ceiling, because we just know with this game, and this is not going to happen again for Tampa Bay. We're in a 30-38 ball game. So
yeah, for sure. And my last one I have here on the list is going to be, it hurts me to say it, and it's not a screaming sell, but it certainly could be a sell, and that's Amari Cooper. He's my boy, my Cleveland boy, but at the same time, it really just depends on how Deshaun Watson plays, and that's a lot of uncertainty right now. And not to add on to the fact, but the Browns have a really tough schedule coming up here, at least the passing-wise. So the end of the year for them, gets pretty sketchy in terms of wide receiver success. And they're going to rely heavily on their wide receivers to be successful, but Amari Cooper is just about all they have in the wide receiving core. I mean, they have other small pieces, but Amari Cooper is that guy, and if he's not there, the team's not really there. And it really just kind of depends on how Deshaun Watson plays. If Deshaun Watson's going to show up, then Amari Cooper's probably going to have a day like he had against the Titans, like week 2 or week 3, whatever it was, and now against the Cardinals this past week, putting up 25. So I kind of, like I said, it's not a screaming sell, but if you don't believe in Deshaun Watson, then I'd probably sell him.
Yeah, I think Amari Cooper is somebody who is like also one of the best fantasy people to have on a team because if he's away, he's not going to do shit. And if he's at home, he's going to have a chance at going off, which has just been his whole thing, his whole career, and especially here in Cleveland. So, I mean, could you imagine having Jared Goff home and then Amari home on the same week? I mean, you could absolutely go berserk. But if you look at Amari Cooper going into the playoffs, he has 2 away games, and that's not juicy. So, like you said, it's more of your trust in Deshaun Watson. And we know Cleveland, the way they're wanting to play the games now, they're wanting to run the ball, they want to control it with their defense, and they're not looking for Deshaun to go out here and be a Patrick Mahomes gunslinger. That's not how they're wanting to win games, and that's not how they're trying to win games. I mean, is that kind of right as far as what they're trying to do? Yeah, so, I mean, until they get in situations like that, which I don't think they're going to be in a lot of situations like that just because of their defense, Cooper's value is kind of low. I mean, like I said, he's going to do good at home, but besides that, I don't know. It's a little bit tough for him. And I'm going to sprinkle this last one in here, and then this is pretty obvious. I mean, Mr. Barkley, I'm trying to trade him because this Giants offense, dude, it looks atrocious right now. I mean, it's like Michael Jackson bad. I mean, I don't want to touch it. And right now with the way Barkley works is, okay, then he goes in the situation where, okay, volume's king. Barkley's just going to start getting fed the ball. Well, what are teams going to start doing? They're going to start stacking the box. It's going to be kind of like Derrick Henry, bro, when they have no other option for any other way. And that's why Will Levis has helped Derrick Henry out recently is because he's starting to open up the pass game. And there's going to be no passing going on for the Giants, especially with Waller, who's still hurt, and just absolutely banged up at the QB's position. It looks atrocious. So I think Barkley's going to go to an absolute plummet. They're not going to really be scoring that much. And they got to play they got to play Philly twice in the playoffs. So I can tell you as a Philly guy, we are really good against the run, and we don't really allow people to score. So as far as the run goes, they can sling it on us, though. But I really think you need to get rid of Barkley, especially a good brand name. You might be able to go get some people. So, yeah.
For sure. All right, well, let's wrap this one up. That was the Out of Pocket Sports trade away players in the discard pile. If you guys enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, do all of the above. Especially leave a comment. We love interacting with you guys. We love seeing the comments. I'm sitting there at work. I'm just waiting on the comment to come by so I can respond to it. I just hawk the phone. I'll respond to you in about 30 seconds.
Dude, I think you told me you got bricked. You told me you got bricked up off a comment one time, right?
Dude, I did. It was
all right, we'll catch you on the next one.